Yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Indianapolis Colts. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First and 10, Eason. That's pulled in by the rookie from USC, Michael Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
Colts, 1st down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Jamie Collins makes
well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Eason. Pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jonathan Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
To throw on 3rd down. Eason. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Lions will take over.
17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And 5 Galladay, that's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ball carrier.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try to pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Oh, he almost picked him. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. On 4th down, the Lions trot out their new punter for 2020, Jack Fox, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun is Eason. And it's incomplete. The rookie Michael Pittman, the intended receiver that time. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
On 3rd down, Eason. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
That's a gain.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On the handoff, Taylor. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
He was tackled.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
From the gun on 3rd down. Eason, and he's got his man Hilton. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Hilton's first catch, good for a 1st down.
And a
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. This one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. The shotgun snap for Stafford. Incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And not the result they were hoping for there, at least in terms of the kick team, as that'll get out of bounds at just the 35-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
First down, Colts.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. Looking for Campbell downfield. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it will wind up just being incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw on 3rd down, Eason. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
For the Colts field goal, a 53-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Geis. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
He was brought down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And 3 yards there takes them to the 45.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 4.
Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Punt of 38 yards officially, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Eason. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Incomplete. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Take it on the midfield logo. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a toss for Swift left side. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now arguably the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Gets it quickly to Gallagher. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the Colts' 8-yard line.
On 2nd and goal, Stafford will try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Will bounce. Out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Julian Okwara in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Pressure gets to him again. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. Touchdown, Detroit! Kenny Galladay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
This will make it into the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A 1st down throw here for Rivers. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. Again looking for Pittman. A better result here. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. yours now. The throw on first down. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
At the 24-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first. This from 41.
Blankenship's kick is good.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
The Lions take over first and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Stafford going to give it to Swift.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Ball carrier.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and get it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
Makes the score Lions 21, Colts 6. Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And this will make it into the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Gain of 13 yards. First down, Indiana.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back to Taylor on first down.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On second down, it's Taylor.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Rivers here on target to Pascal.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First down, Colts.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And some space here. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. So that'll back him up 5. That false start knocks him back behind the 10 now as they'll try again. 1st and goal.
Rivers hands this one to Matt.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets them closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunky yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now Rivers. And he's going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
A 28-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Stafford with a play fake to Swift, and he'll set to throw.
Going deep here for Stills. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
1st and 10.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
On first down, Taylor. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
A gain of 13.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
On first and 10, Rivers. He's going to air one out. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Second down and 10.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's got some space here. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the one in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the fourth quarter. And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Once again, it's Swift. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford. And Stills over the middle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there and a first down.
10 at the 25-yard line.
On first down, this is Geis. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down now, Swift. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
It's now 3rd down and
the 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Stafford. Incomplete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Matt Prater on for the field goal. A 35-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard line.
Come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Colts on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Rivers. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
complete.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll run on first down. Taylor. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indy.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Out of bounds at the
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
brings up 3rd and 4.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Here's Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. And his kick is right through.
Makes the score Lions 31, Colts 24.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Lions on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Taylor. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially. So a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. It's a big play there for the Lions. 68 yards on the ground.
7-yard line.
So they have a chance to take the lead, 1st and goal. Remember, they trailed by 15 in this one. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win.
And
it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Lions are going to win this game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Detroit, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on